The throaty rumble of the tow truck shattered the quiet serenity of Tuesday afternoon. It was the sound of a predator. An engine's growl that meant one thing: trouble. My heart hammered against my ribs. A panicked staccato as I watched the monstrous yellow machine pull up directly in front of my unmarked car. A woman, a human hurricane in a tailored suit, was already there. Her voice a sharp, cutting blade. I have had it with this derelict vehicle. It's an eyesore, a blight on this community. Tow it. Now. I had just stepped out onto my porch, my coffee still warm in my hand, ready to enjoy a rare, peaceful moment. That's when the words hit me. Derelict. My car, my personal vehicle, was a perfectly maintained, unmarked police sedan, a tool of my trade, a symbol of my career. I took a deep breath, the air thick with the scent of freshly cut grass and impending chaos. "Excuse me," I said, my voice as calm as I could possibly make it. The woman, whom I knew only as Karen from a few tense neighborhood meetings, didn't even turn around. She just waved a dismissive hand, a gesture of absolute, unearned authority. "I'm speaking with the tow driver, not you. He has a directive from the Homeowners Association to remove this vehicle. It's a clear violation of Article 7, Section C, Subsection 4, unregistered or unsightly vehicles." My eyebrows rose. "Karen, with all due respect, my car is registered and it's hardly unsightly." My words were met with a scoff. "Oh, please, don't call me that. I'm an officer of the HOA, and don't you dare challenge me. I'm doing what's best for the community." She said officer like it was a title bestowed by royalty, not something she'd arbitrarily assigned herself in a volunteer role. The tow truck driver, a young man with a weary look in his eyes, shuffled his feet. He looked uncomfortable, caught between this woman's fury and what was clearly a ridiculous situation. I could see the sweat beading on his brow. The sun was hot, but the tension in the air was hotter. I took a step closer, setting my coffee cup on a small table. My mind was already racing through the HOA's bylaws, a document I had, in fact, helped draft many years ago as a fledgling officer. There was no such article, no such subsection. My calm facade began to crack. "Karen," I said, my voice dropping an octave, becoming more deliberate, "I need you to step away from my car and cease this action immediately. It's an illegal tow." She finally spun around, her eyes wide with a mix of genuine shock and manufactured outrage. "Illegal? How dare you? Do you know who I am? I am the head of the Architectural Review Committee, and I say this car goes." She puffed out her chest, a peacock in a pantsuit. "I have been elected by the community to ensure standards are met." A small crowd of neighbors, drawn by the commotion, began to gather. They whispered behind their hands, their faces a mix of curiosity and weary familiarity with Karen's antics. I saw Mrs. Peterson, a sweet woman who bakes the best cookies, shake her head sadly. I saw Mr. Henderson, the quiet history teacher, just watch, his arms crossed. It was a spectacle, and I was the star. The tow driver, bless his heart, finally spoke up. "Ma'am, he's got plates on it, and it's not parked illegally. The lot number on your form, it doesn't match this address." Karen's face flushed a deep crimson. "That's a clerical error. I'll handle it," she shrieked, snatching the clipboard from his hand. That's when I saw the document. It was a crudely photocopied form, a forgery. The letterhead was a low-resolution JPEG. The signature was a childish scrawl. And that's when it hit me. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a shakedown. "I believe I asked you to stop," I said, my voice losing all its earlier warmth. It was now a cold, steel-edged command. "Karen, I'm going to give you one last chance to call off this tow and go home. Right now." She laughed, a brittle, sharp sound that scraped against my nerves. "And what are you going to do?" "Mister, nobody. Call the police. I'm the one who's in charge here." That's when it happened. A single beat of silence. I reached into my back pocket and pulled out my wallet, flipping it open to reveal my badge, the silver gleaming in the harsh light. I didn't say a word. I just held it there. An undeniable truth in the face of her manufactured lies. Her face went slack. The blood drained from her cheeks, leaving her ashen. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish out of water. "Oh, no. This isn't," she stammered, her voice a reedy whisper. The tow driver's eyes widened. The neighbors gasped. I let the silence hang, heavy and suffocating. It was a moment of absolute, unyielding truth. A moment where her flimsy, self-important world came crashing down. "I'll ask you one more time. Officer Karen," I said, my voice low and dangerous. "Are you going to cancel this tow? Or am I going to have to make a call to a different kind of authority?" She shook her head, unable to form a coherent thought. Her carefully constructed facade was gone, replaced by pure, unadulterated fear. The tow driver, seeing his chance, put his truck back in reverse, its loud beeping a symphony of retreat. He didn't need to be told twice. He was gone in a cloud of dust and exhaust. My gaze never left Karen's. Her composure was a shattered mirror. Her eyes flickered, searching for an escape, for a way to recover. "This is a misunderstanding," she finally managed, her voice trembling. I was just looking out for the community." The words were hollow, a pathetic echo of her earlier tirade. I shook my head slowly, feeling the weight of the moment. "No, Karen, it wasn't. You manufactured this whole situation. You forged a document and attempted to illegally seize private property. That's a crime." The word hung in the air, a final nail in the coffin of her illusion. The crowd of neighbors, once whispering, was now openly staring. Mrs. Peterson made a point of looking away, a kindness I appreciated. Mr. Henderson simply nodded at me, a silent acknowledgement. Karen, her face a mask of shame, snatched the fake document from the tow driver's hands, crumpling it into a tight ball. She turned and fled, her heels clicking a desperate rhythm on the pavement, her imagined power dissolving with every step. And there it was. Silence. The quiet of the afternoon returned. But it was a different kind of quiet. A relieved, peaceful quiet. The air felt cleaner, lighter. I stood there for a moment, just breathing, feeling the adrenaline slowly subside. A few neighbors approached, offering quiet words of thanks. "We've been dealing with her for years," one woman said. "We just didn't know what to do." I gave a small, weary smile. "Well," I said, "now you know." What a strange job. To go from patrolling the city streets to dealing with a neighborhood bully trying to illegally tow my car. It's moments like these, though, that remind me why I do what I do. It's not just about the big crimes, the grand gestures of justice. It's about the small ones, too. The times when someone tries to abuse power, no matter how insignificant. And you have to be the one to stand up and say, "No, not on my watch." The weight of a badge isn't just in the authority it grants, but in the responsibility it demands. It's a quiet promise to protect, to serve, and sometimes, to deal with a Karen in a pantsuit. So, with her grand illusion shattered, and the neighborhood breathing a collective sigh of relief, I finally got to enjoy my cold coffee. And I was left wondering, what truly defines right and wrong in a community? And who should be the one to enforce it?